So a video highlighting the hormones' ideas of aggression. So remember, hormone is a chemical messenger transmitted around the body in the blood. It transmits information and gives kind of signals around the body. And they take longer to work than neurotransmitters. Remember, neurotransmitters are between neurons, whereas hormones are between kind of organs in the blood. These are all the different things that hormones are responsible for in the body. There's a lot of different things, and what we particularly care about, obviously, is its role in causing aggression. So hormones are produced by the glands, particularly all of the glands make up the endocrine cycle, as demonstrated here. These are a number of the different glands, and each one produces different hormones that affect the body in different ways and things like that. So the pituitary gland is one of the kind of key ones, and the testicles are one of them as well that we particularly talk about. Testosterone is produced heavily in the testicles, and also by the hypothalamus, remember, having that sort of information. What we're going to keenly focus on again is aggression, so I've skipped past the part about insulin, and you can have a read that if you want. But one of the things that we see is men are more aggressive. Yeah, people identify men as being more aggressive because they have more testosterone. And testosterone is the hormone that is responsible for aggressive behaviors. So testosterone is an androgen. It's present in everyone, less so in females than in males. When we are in the womb and you're exposed to testosterone, we see kind of certain biological changes. Different sides of your brain or different parts of your brain grow differently once you've been exposed to testosterone. Particularly ones responsible for spatial ability and competitive behavior. The two that we care about are the hypothalamus and the amygdala, both of which, as we've already said, are responsible for aggressive feelings. In somebody that's exposed to excessive testosterone, so a male in this case, they grow bigger and thus increase the likelihood of aggression. Beeman and Edwards both show kind of studies what will happen when we change people's testosterone levels, or rather mice. When we change the testosterone levels of animals, we saw that the aggressive behaviors changed. Whether we cut it off and castrated it, like in male mice, and their aggressiveness reduced, or we inject female mice with testosterone to see more aggressive behaviors. And we see this a lot in kind of studies in prisons as well. So Dabbs looked at various prisoners and found those who were more kind of aggressive or had committed more aggressive crimes had higher levels of testosterone. The same was true of people in fraternities in America. So the males who were in frats who had higher testosterone were more macho, more boisterous, more aggressive, things like that. And we also see the same thing in females. Female prisoners with the highest levels of testosterone were the ones who were the most aggressive. All of these are just supporting studies that you can use as your kind of, again, your examples or as supporting evidence. You can pause these, make the notes as much as you like. All of them are pretty much showing the exact same thing. And we also see this kind of pattern in the animal kingdom. So female spotted hyenas have higher testosterone than the males. They are bigger, they have enlarged external genitals, they are hyper aggressive. So the things that we see in most males of a species who have more testosterone, we see in the females of the species when they have more testosterone. So remember, the spotted hyena is the only animal that we know of where females have more testosterone and they show kind of higher, aggressive, more masculinized behaviors. Other hormones that might be involved, cortisol and serotonin. This is kind of like an evaluation point, or it can be used as a descriptive point as well, but you could say it's not just testosterone, these other things play a role as well. How hormones work is they bind to receptor proteins and change how a particular cell functions. Behavior is affected by hormones based on when they are released, how much is released, and how they are received. It's not just like an on or off switch, and it's this kind of process with testosterone that causes the aggression. Sometimes they can need an environmental stimulus, like a stressful event, to cause that. Remember, the amygdala makes sense of the situation and tells you what you're feeling. We went through all of this sort of evaluation point in class. Remember, problems we're using animals in our research, the problems we're using a sample of prisoners, the fact that it is reductionist and thus ignores various other factors like the environment, and the fact that it says you don't have any free will choice in it. It is determinist. it says that because you've got high levels of testosterone, you will have these sort of problems. One other point is we can argue that there is no cause and effect here. We don't know that higher levels of testosterone cause aggression. It might be the other way around. High levels of aggression may cause higher levels of testosterone. So that's just a quick summary of everything. Thanks very much for listening.